the market right now as it's kind of changing?
Interesting things were happening. Like, one of the main things that I saw this year at Cannes is that some of the emerging markets are really getting into more of the buying mode. And what I mean by emerging markets are India, China, Eastern Europe, even Latin America, are suddenly starting to need a lot more content because of their populations are growing and they're getting more cable channels and more DVD and more VOD and all that stuff. And some of the bigger markets, especially the US, I mean, I don't know if you picked up the trades, but almost every day it was saying like the US distributors going home empty-handed, going home empty-handed. And what's happening in the US, for example, is there's just so many films out there, and instead of all of the distribution channels expanding like they are in India and China and Eastern Europe, they're cutting back. I don't know if some of you guys heard the news that Warner Brothers shut the door on Warner Independent a couple weeks ago, which was one of our big output centers for independent films, and they closed Picture House. And so in the US market, there's a lot of consolidations and cutbacks, and so just fewer channels for distribution. So the distributors, and even the ones who are picking up the smaller films, are cutting back what they pick up, and the stuff that they're looking for are films that have a very specific and targeted audience so that they have somebody to market to. Because what they're saying is that we can't afford to spend all our marketing dollars anymore just for films that have a broad appeal. So that's one of the main tips I want to leave with you guys today. Whether you're going to make a film or if you've made one and for your next one, try as best you can to have a target audience in mind for your film. And when I say that, I mean whether it's teenagers or Christians or urban or skateboarders or animal lovers, some type of distinct audience, so that when the film is completed, when you present it to distributors, you can say this is for the senior citizen market or for the teenage market, or you have already thought through a market in advance, and so that they can say, all right, I'll pick up this film, I have somebody to market this film to, and then that just increases your chances of getting distribution. So that's what's happening in the US and in the UK, some of these bigger markets, France, Spain, Italy, they're really looking for things that have a specific audience. Whereas what I saw a lot of in Cannes with the emerging markets, India is on a land grab right now. When I was doing foreign sales, which was a few years ago, India, I could maybe get $1,000 or $2,000 for an independent film for that territory. They didn't pay anything. And now what I'm hearing is they're buying all rights deals. They're paying, for the right movies with the right genres and with a little bit of cast in it, they're paying $10,000, $20,000 and higher, which shocked me to death when I heard that. So that's kind of what's happening in the world. Some of the bigger markets are looking to just really pare things back and look for films that have the specific audience, whereas the emerging markets are really starting to buy a lot more. And that's one of the main takeaways I took from Cannes.